So So you first need to isolate cos-squared x. So we add 3, divide by 4, and then when we take the square root, we put plus or minus in front of both. Then we have square root of 3 over square root of 4, which gets square root of 3 all over 2. Now, we're trying to figure out where the cosine is either positive or negative in this case, root 3 over 2. Always start in first quadrant. So you notice in first quadrant, the cos, left-hand side, is root 3 over 2 at 30 degrees. So then let's reflect that into all 4 other quadrants. You keep flipping over the axes. So I first like to write those 4 ordered pairs, and then I throw in the signs. So literally over here I write root 3 over 2 1/2, root 3 over 2 1/2, root 3 over 2 1/2, root 3 over 2 1/2. And then I just throw in positive negativeness. Like right here, since to the right is positive, cos is positive. Since down is negative, that's why sine is negative. Now we're going to spin around the unit circle and see where the cos is either positive or negative root 3 over 2. So we know at 30 degrees, that's obvious. The next spot is right over here. Now if this is 30, then this is 60. So if we flip, this is 60, this is 30. So to find this spot right here, we would do 90 degrees plus 60 degrees, which gets us the 150 degrees. Then if we're trying to find this guy right here, if we know that this little sliver is 30, we would do 180 plus 30 gets us 210. So we so far have 30, 150, 210. Then when we reflect over to this last spot, there's a 60 degree difference, so we do 270 plus 60 gets us 330. We don't add 2n pi, even though it's a sine. Remember sine cosine problems, we add 2n pi when there's no restriction, but we don't add it for this one because we're only restricted to 1 spin around the circle. Okay, number 2. So again, we're going to isolate. We're going to divide by square root 2, and then we need to multiply by root 2 over root 2. So then we end up with square root of 2 over 2. Ask yourself, where is the sign square root of 2 over 2? So we see the right-hand side square root of 2 over 2 at 45 degrees, and it's also positive square root of 2 over 2 at 135 degrees, right? 90 plus 45 gets us 135. Now we don't include these guys because the signs are negative. So our only answers are 135 and 45. Now, if it just said sine x, if it just said sine of x equal root 2 over 2, we would write 45 and 135 degrees, but it doesn't. So we need to write 2x then equals the values that we found, 45 and 135. To isolate x, we divide by 2. And that's how we ended up with 22.5 and 67.5.